Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Ramble Stream podcast. I'm Richard.
And I'm Jansen. Each week, we sit down for rambling conversations about motorcycles, the experience of riding, design, and whatever else catches our fancy. Bring a beverage of your choice or stories, and we'll see where this takes us.
If you're interested in thoughtful conversations, friendly and informative banter with fellow riders, and the latest dispatches from Janus Motorcycles headquarters, you're in the right place. Let's get started. My name is Richard. I'm broadcasting from downtown Goshen, Indiana, at the Janus headquarters, and I am sipping on a fine bourbon E.H. Taylor, gifted by Jansen.
To myself.
To yourself.
And to Richard.
Go ahead.
There's a bit of feedback, Amy is saying. My name is Jansen. I am also coming to you live from the Ramble Stream studio here in Goshen. I ramble in a Ford Lightning and soon to be rambling on a Phoenix 450. I'm also sipping on some beautiful, delicious, yummy E.H. Taylor. Small batch.
Wonderful.
There was a barrel batch, or a barrel, or a cask strength bottle, but that was almost $400.
Well, there you go.
So I said, no,
why didn't you get that?
Because I don't want to spend $400 on a bottle of bourbon.
Just if you're joining the stream now, there may be some audio or video issues. We had to make some compromises to make it work.
I mean, in reality, it's the exact same setup that we have had over the last few weeks. I'm not sure where the feedback is coming from because I'm not hearing that in my ears, but there definitely is a chance that it's happening out there.
Okay, well, there we go. So let us know if you have any issues. But we have a good program this evening for y'all. I'm actually quite excited about it. We got what do we call? We're calling it featured builds. So we're going to be returning to some actual builds from the shop, not doing as fun as they were, the configurator builds. So I'm excited to share some of those. We'll have much more of those in the coming weeks. We are building a lot of bikes.
Mitch sent me a very large list.
Did he?
So
fantastic.
I mean, we are firing on all cylinders here, but I think it's really important that we go up to the first comment.
Okay.
At 12:09 p.m. Richard, this is all you.
This is David Walker. See you on the replay from the UK. All right. Well, great. We'll catch you in the morning.
Hi, David. Glad you're watching the replay. You, luckily, will not get to experience the technical difficulties that we just did because that'll be cut out. So it's good to see you.
Nice.
Up next, we've got Straw Dog. Hello, folks. He said, I think, Straw Dog, you're not normally that early. That was pretty early. Halcyon 250 number 769 in Wisconsin, land of the cold.
Yeah, Scott, our VP of supply chain, was telling us that his temperature was -8 degrees earlier in the day. I thought it was cold here. It was 8 degrees here.
What is that in Celsius? Do you know?
I don't care either.
Very cold. Hey, David cares. I'm trying to relate to our viewers here.
He probably knows his Fahrenheit.
He probably does. We've got Speed Racer 95. Naming things is a form of power. It allows for definition, control, and creation, enabling us to categorize the world, shape perception, and build understanding.
Well, we're done. Okay, we can.
That's the stream, guys.
Yeah,
that's it. I'm so glad you guys tuned into the show.
Mama always told me life's like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get?
I do. I know what I'm going to get, and it is Orange Crush. Hi, Kelly. We've got John Gover, new owner of Halcyon 450 number 119, currently with some snow remaining on the ground in central North Carolina. How you doing, John? Congratulations on your new to give Halcyon. Of course, we've got John here with Halcyon 250 number 1148 Casimir in sunny Rancho Cucamonga. I'm gonna go for a ride, and I'll see y'all later. I'm assuming we're seeing you now, John.
Since he was on the pre-ramble.
He was on the pre-ramble. Yeah, he was already there.
Eric Green up in Vancouver drinking Dutch Brothers Mocha with a 2022 Halcyon 250.
Huh. Janus McRider, my favorite viewer, Halcyon 450 number 331, Halcyon 250 number 569 from the northern Michiana range. Sorry, how dare I? Where the wind chills are bone snapping. Oh boy, do we have more cold weather coming?
Do we?
We do.
Oh.
It's supposed to be
Oh, dear.
pretty bad. All you.
Osborne Clipper, names and power. Tonight's stream will be positively biblical. Nice. Yes, it might range a little bit that way.
It might not. Who did Adam name? I don't know. I think it's a bit cold for baseball tonight, unless you live in Arizona or something. Or it's not too cold for football. Word on the street is there's a big game happening right now. I see a single comment. I'm not sure how many of you all are football people, but I feel like this is important. Go IU. Hoosiers. That's all I have to say. I feel like it's important we support fellow Hoosiers as who matter what
No matter what activities they're involved in.
IU. Yeah, that's right. So, Richard, we spoke a little bit about it, and from the thumbnail and the title, we're talking a little bit about names.
Yeah.
And where they come from, or what? Give us a little sneak peek.
Well, we were talking. It started during a ramble either last week or the week before. I can't remember.
I think it was last.
Talking about the naming of your rambling vehicle and talking about like boats and how they're named and whether or not our Januses have names. Mine is
all 68.
But that got me thinking and Jansen thinking about the significance of names and why we name things. And so I thought that there's quite a lot to be covered in that topic. So we'll talk a little bit about why you might name something. And then also I kind of might sidetrack us a little bit with more on that topic.
I'm here for it. But that's not for a little bit. We've got a couple things to go through first. First things first, I don't know if it's necessarily the first thing, but you guys see that little join button down under the video here next to Janus Motorcycle's name. You can hit join, and for $6.99 a month, you can have access to the pre-ramble stream, which is about 30 minutes of Richard and I getting ready, not experiencing technical difficulties, believe it or not, having a grand old time.
I was actually going fine.
It was great talking about sometimes it's the current episode we're about to do, or maybe the next one, as well as just some other shenanigans. It's been a lot of fun. I really enjoyed that pre-ramble time.
And in addition to that, you get early access 1 week ahead to all of our videos. So for those of you who are not members, the first Janus video done by Jansen.
It's been out for almost an entire week now.
Will come out tomorrow.
So you guys, for everyone who's not a member, will see it tomorrow for the first time, and everyone who is a member will see a new video tomorrow. So yeah, that's one of the two of the perks, and then the last perk, which we have yet to execute on, but I've got a good idea behind, is you guys get access to some short videos that no one else gets to see ever. Unless they become a member. So those are just some perks. Again, $6.99 a month, and that goes toward making improvements here, like maybe an overhead cam one day. I don't know. We'll see. But I feel like now's a good time to get into a poem, don't you, Richard?
I think it'd be great. So we're not going to be reading technically a poem. Right. And you'll have to permit me to go a little longer than usual. But this ties in directly with not directly, indirectly to our ramble.
Overhead cam engine, Mark asks. Yes.
Oh, we got one.
Exactly.
Overhead camera. Ties into our ramble and, incidentally, our thing, because it all has to loop together. But I'm afraid that I have a much better edition of this book. This is The Little Prince. That I'm sure some of you all must be familiar with. But this is a really cheap paperback copy that I have here. I have just completed a move of my house and family, and all my books are still in boxes. So I couldn't find the old
So you have like
I have multiple
like an older
versions
of this book. Nice.
Really nice. Anyway, doesn't matter. It's still the same book. This is The Little Prince by Antoine de Saint-Exupéry. And if you don't know about him, he was a pretty interesting character in his own right. You should look him up, but he disappeared in his airplane somewhere over the Mediterranean, and the belief is that he was shot down by a German fighter plane in World War II. The German pilot who shot him down thinks he knows that he did, and he's very sad about it. He was very upset about it.
He told me he was like heartbroken when he found out that there was a chance that he shot this guy down.
Yeah. Anyway, this is an absolutely wonderful book. I think it's at least written as a children's book, but it bears many, many readings. And this is chapter 21. So you'll have to just catch right into the story. And if you don't know where you are, go back and read the book. It was then that the fox appeared. "Good morning," said the fox. "Good morning," the little prince responded politely, although when he turned around, he saw nothing. "I'm right here," the voice said, "under the apple tree." "Who are you?" asked the little prince, and added, "You are very pretty to look at." "I'm a fox," the fox said. "Come and play with me," proposed the little prince. "I'm so unhappy." "I cannot play with you," the fox said. "I am not tamed." "Ah, please excuse me," said the little prince. But after some thought, he added, "What does that mean, tame?" "You do not live here," said the fox. "What is it that you are looking for?" "I am looking for men," said the little prince. "What does that mean, tame?" "Men," said the fox, "they have guns, and they hunt. It is very disturbing. They also raise chickens. These are their only interests. Are you looking for chickens?" "No," said the little prince. "I am looking for friends." "What does that mean, tame?" "It is an act too often neglected," said the fox. "It means to establish ties." "Just that," said the fox. To me, you are still nothing more than a little boy who is just like 100,000 other little boys, and I have no need of you. And you, on your part, have no need of me. To you, I am nothing more than a fox like 100,000 other foxes. But if you tame me, then we shall need each other. To me, you will be unique in all the world. To you, I shall be unique in all the world." "I am beginning to understand," said the little prince. "There is a flower. I think that she has tamed me." "It is possible," said the fox. "On earth, one sees all sorts of things." "Oh, but this is not on the earth," said the little prince. The fox seemed perplexed and very curious. "On another planet?" "Yes." "Are there hunters on that planet?" "No." "Ah, that is interesting. Are there chickens?" "No." "Nothing is perfect," said the fox. But he came back to his idea. "My life is very monotonous," he said. "I hunt chickens. Men hunt me. All the chickens are just alike, and all the men are just alike. And in the consequence, I am a little bored. But if you tame me, it will be as if the sun came to shine on my life. I shall know the sound of a step that will be different from all the others. Other steps will send me hurrying back underneath the ground. Yours will call me like music out of my burrow. And then look, you see the grain fields down yonder? I do not eat bread. Wheat is of no use to me. The wheat fields have nothing to say to me, and that is sad. But you have hair that is the color of gold. Think how wonderful that will be when you have tamed me. The grain, which is also golden, will bring me back the thought of you, and I shall love to listen to the wind in the wheat." The fox gazed at the little prince for a long time. "Please, tame me," he said. "I want to very much," the little prince replied, "but I have not much time. I have friends to discover and a great many things to understand." "One only understands the things that one tames," said the fox. "Men have no more time to understand anything. They buy things already made at the shops. But there is no shop anywhere where one can buy friendship, and some men have no friends anymore. If you want a friend, tame me." "What must I do to tame you?" asked the little prince. "You must be very patient," replied the fox. "First, you will sit down at a little distance from me, like that, in the grass. I shall look at you out of the corner of my eye, and you will say nothing. Words are the source of misunderstandings. But you will sit a little closer to me every day." The next day, the little prince came back. "It would have been better to come back at the same hour," said the fox. "If, for example, you came at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, then at 3 o'clock I shall begin to be unhappy. I shall begin to be happy. I shall feel happier and happier as the hour advances. At 4 o'clock, I shall be already worrying and jumping about. I shall show you how happy I am. But if you come at just any time, I shall never know at what hour my heart is to be ready to greet you. One must observe the proper rites. What is a rite? Asked the little prince. Those are also actions too often neglected, said the fox. They are what makes one day different from other days, 1 hour from other hours. There is a rite, for example, among my hunters. Every Thursday they dance with the village girls. So Thursday is a wonderful day for me. I can take a walk as far as the vineyards. But if the hunters dance at just any time, every day would be like every other day, and I should never have any vacation at all. So the little prince tamed the fox. When the hour of his departure drew near, "Ah," said the fox, "I shall cry." "It is your own fault," said the little prince. "I never wished you any sort of harm, but you wanted me to tame you." "Yes, that is so," said the fox. "But now you're going to cry," said the little prince. "Yes, that is so," said the fox. "Then it has done you no good at all." "It has done me good," said the fox, "because of the color of the wheat fields." And then he added, "Go and look again at the roses. You will understand now that yours is unique in all the world. Then come back to say goodbye to me, and I will make a present of a secret." The little prince went away to look again at the roses. "You are not at all like my rose," he said. "As yet you are nothing. No one has tamed you, and you have tamed no one. You are like my fox when I first knew him. He was only a fox like 100,000 other foxes, but I have made him my friend, and now he is unique in all the world." And the roses were very much embarrassed. "You are beautiful, but you are empty," he went on. "One could not die for you. To be sure, an ordinary passerby would think that my rose looked just like you, the rose that belongs to me. But in herself alone, she is more important than all the hundreds of other roses, because it is she that I have watered, because it is she that I have put under the glass globe, because it is she that I have sheltered behind the screen, because it is for her that I have killed the caterpillars, except the 2 or 3 that we saved to become butterflies. Because it is she that I have listened to when she grumbled or boasted, or even sometimes when she said nothing, because she is my rose." And he went back to the fox. "Goodbye," he said. "Goodbye," said the fox. "And now here is my secret, a very simple secret. It is only with the heart that one can see rightly. What is essential is invisible to the eye." What is essential is invisible to the eye, the little prince repeated, so that he would be sure to remember. "It is the time you have wasted for your rose that makes your rose so important." "It is the time I have wasted for my rose," said the little prince, so that he would be sure to remember. "Men have forgotten this truth," said the fox, "but you must not forget it. You become responsible forever for what you have tamed. You are responsible for your rose." "I am responsible for my rose," the little prince repeated, so that he would be sure to remember. Pretty good.
What is the tie that story to? You said there was a tie to this, from that story to the thing.
The ramble?
And the ramble.
Well, what do you think it is? I'm not just asking that to pose the question. But
I wish I could really answer. I was inundated with a technical difficulty again.
Did people get to hear the whole thing?
Yeah, everyone could hear, but there was no video for a little bit. But.
Well, I think the reason I thought that would be a good one is that what I always say about motorcycles is that motorcycles customize themselves. And it is not the fact that you can't buy, you can buy a custom motorcycle, but you can't really buy a custom motorcycle.
Right.
You have to customize a motorcycle yourself.
Right.
Or be involved in the process.
Right.
And it is through that process that you are able to customize it. Mm-hmm. Like it's that they customize themselves. And a lot of times, like we say, that the customization is just the act of you doing things with.
It's the length of the relationship with that item.
Or the intensity.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that one could say the same thing about anything, right?
Anything.
Thing.
Yes.
That it is something that you have tamed. Does that make sense?
Once you tame it, I feel like then you can name it.
Perhaps.
Right? Like, I think through that process, right?
Well, I don't want to get too far into the ramble, but I did want to answer that question because maybe that was a bit of a stretch for some people.
I don't think it was a stretch. I do remember hearing a little bit of it as you read it to me last week, or at least an excerpt of it last week, and I thought it fit well.
But that book and that passage, I think, they help eliminate our understanding of things and the fact that one of the things we were talking about is the naming of things and why that's important.
Yeah.
Like a boat. Why do you name a boat? Why is it bad luck to not name your boat?
I've got a question. I feel like we gotta wait. We gotta wait until the ramble, but I've got a question about the naming of boats in particular. Because it seems like it goes against what we've been saying.
Exactly.
If there's a relationship required, whether that's intensity or time, with an object or a thing before you can name it, how are you supposed to name a boat
if you haven't sailed
it?
Well, I don't know if I fully agree that. Well,
and I'm not trying to poke holes.
No. That makes sense. Who's to say that you haven't spent time with a boat by the time you name it?
If you build it, absolutely.
Or if it is built.
So does. Okay, we're getting too deep into the rainbow. We have a show.
Well, I want to see the comments as well on this, and I want to engage with them.
Yeah,
but I hope that is not something that just passes across like some sort of long bit of text, and that we try and parse it a little bit, because it's an interesting thought and one that has influenced a lot of my thinking.
Yeah, I the more we're talking about naming things, the more I'm realizing, like, and I think I'm getting a little wooey, but like, it's really important.
It's very important. No, and it's interesting that he's just a fox,
right?
It's not like he doesn't have a name,
but his name is.
And at least in this, it's the fox, and you get you do understand that to know something, which is another version of when you like a naming is knowing. It could be argued that it's knowing.
Yeah,
there's a similarity there. So that was a bit much. I like to just read the bit and just let people make their own sense of it. Yeah, but that was a bit over explained, but it will help as we dig out of the ramble.
I'm curious to hear, some of y'all have chimed in already with your thoughts around some of the correlations between that chapter there in that book to the ramble. So I am we'll read a couple. We've got time. We're a little late because of technical difficulties, so we'll read a couple. A rose is a famous phrase in Gertrude Stein's 1913 poem Sacred Emily, signifying that things are what they are, emphasizing an object's inherent essence beyond names or metaphors. Y'all are smart.
Well, let's just not write that off as being smart.
No,
emphasizing an object's inherent essence beyond names or metaphors. Like, what is a thing's inherent essence is, as I think what we're talking about.
But I think it.
And I do recognize that Stein reference, but it's a rose is a rose has become a saying almost.
I think that naming it identifies its essence in a way. I don't think there's a beyond that. I think that is that.
Possibly, yeah.
I'm feeling very philosophical this evening.
Well, you're in the right place, Jansen.
What's up, old school? Glad to see you here. There's another one that I saw that I wanted to. True friend is awesome. Yes, absolutely, Kevin.
Very true.
There's nothing better than a true friend, I will say. Well, let's get to our audience's favorite segment.
Is it brought to us by Mitch
Brought to
McClain?
you by Mitch McClain.
Right.
This is featured. Well, it feels wrong for now.
We'll get used to it.
It's featured builds time. It's where we showcase some of the builds that have come off of our stands here this week and now weeks previous since we had a little hiatus here. But first off, and I think he's here in the stream.
Who's this?
This is Jason's Phoenix 250.
All right. Nice.
This is Phoenix 10-4. Roger, I hear you, good buddy, is the full name, I think.
10-4 means that this is the 10th anniversary Phoenix.
Correct.
And it's the 4th 10th anniversary Phoenix.
Now,
So, obviously, this is a Softail 250.
this is
If you're familiar. So this could either be, if we didn't know, it could either be a Griffin or a Phoenix, but most definitely not a Halcyon.
This is a Phoenix. This is a Phoenix.
So we got a gloss black
And
chassis.
I am going to guess American Blue.
It's a good guess. I'm going to guess, because it's anniversary edition, I'm going to guess primary color is super chrome.
Okay. Green. Confidence says green. Okay. Let's see. Moment of truth. We got some frame pictures to go through. I feel like we got to do the whole thing. Wit, I'm sorry. We got to do the whole thing. We haven't done this in a bit. This is... Oh, we haven't seen a picture like this before.
Brake lines prepped and ready. Forks. Swing arms. We got the front end assembled.
Look at those tie downs. What a great
Beautiful.
addition.
Coming together.
Ooh.
So these are our sport or M bars. These are the lowest bars we make for the Phoenix.
These ones will make your wrist hurt
Make you go faster too.
in the best kind of way. As most sports bikes.
This is when we're waiting on shock absorber. So this has been a little while since this picture was taken.
Yeah. Oh. Green.
Oh, I should have known
ARG.
it was Jason.
Uh-huh.
I knew it was this one.
Did you?
I was thinking it was a different Jason.
Ah.
Okay. This is Foxy.
This is Foxy.
He's in. Is he in the chat?
I think he's here.
He's usually in the race.
I saw him.
Okay.
It's it.
Well, this is a great looking bike. Actually, this bike was under the lights for a while and I was admiring it.
I love the Phoenix, man. Seeing them around the shop again makes my heart happy. It's got, looks like, is that a copper and gold?
Yeah, it's copper primary and gold primary and copper secondary.
That looks super sharp. That big old Speedo. I love
Very
how
nice.
the pinstripe tapers off on the... Oh, hold on. We got to go back to that.
Green wheel pinstripe.
That looks super sharp.
Look at that.
Big fan of that. Little LED headlight action.
And this is the 10th anniversary logo, which we didn't have a Phoenix logo. So we had a beautiful Griffin one. So we came up with this over the summer and a matching one for the 10th anniversary Halcyon.
Looks super sharp.
Very nice.
That looks really good.
Copper highlights on the Janus logo. Very nice. It's a beautiful bike.
That looks super good. Oh, with the brown. Oh, is this the side plates there? What do you call these?
Side covers.
The side covers, are those normally
Yeah, that's normal.
okay?
I mean, sometimes you could get those like polished.
Brushed or polished.
I think they come brushed, yeah. Beautiful. LED light.
Great look.
Great work, Jason. I mean, look at that. That was sitting up there under the lights for a while, and I was just admiring it. It's a good looking motorcycle.
It's a great looking bike. Okay, up next we've got Will with his Halcyon 450 number 420. I believe Will is also a viewer of the stream.
Good.
I think that name rings a bell.
So we can go ahead and take.
I'm just going to take a wild stab here.
You want to take a wild stab at the color?
Vintage red.
You're going to say vintage red. I'm going to have to say probably is. This is a frame matched motorcycle. So probably, I mean, Doesn't have to be, but
it doesn't have to be
vintage red. All right, let's go.
Let's see. Moment of truth. I know that there's a picture. There it is.
Oil tank on there. Oh, beautiful.
Well, you want to go back to it? Are you good?
No, we're good. We just keep moving. Swing arm. Oil lines installed. The rear suspension.
I love the
fork.
I love the copper colored bushings there at the bottom.
Yeah, isn't it nice? It's almost like when you see a bin of them, it's like treasure. It's like
I love it.
Treasure chest.
Look at those tie downs. That's a fun picture.
Fenders. We got a lot of fun fenders in the shop.
We do.
Headlight bucket. Yeah, it's starting to go together. We got a headlight visor on there. Oh, I remember this one. This has been a little while.
I didn't predict that. That looks...
So these are the skirted fenders, and this has never been done, but a metallic skirt on a gloss frame. So this is metallic gold, and instead of doing like gloss, like a vintage red side skirt with a gold pinstripe, he inverted it.
Look how that comes together, though. I don't think I've ever seen it that close.
Yeah,
that is
hand done right there. That's our own fender bender. Brent Lehman does the skirts, and they're individually fitted per fender.
Gosh, he does a great job.
And the number plate on there, beautiful. Saddle brown leather.
Get the brown
double gold pinstripe.
Double gold.
So you got double gold pinstripe on the tank, and double vintage red matching on the fenders.
That feels right. This is a
red on the wheels.
This is a loaded.
Yeah, it's pretty loaded. There's another bike coming up that's also loaded.
Yeah,
and it's like they're both just gorgeous. These 450s, when you load them up with the skirted fenders, look at that.
That's
book rack, polished stainless steel exhaust with fishtails, headlight, visor, brown grips with bar end weights, double mirrors. I said skirted fenders. We got a tool roll.
Wow.
And yeah, this is a really well kitted out bike.
No, Jason, no tie downs for me. Not a fan. Not a fan of the look or the practicality. I mean, you tell me. Maybe he's salty his team was don't have tie downs. Come on.
Texas Rebel Tracy says, very handsome machine. I agree.
All right. Next up, last featured build here. We've got Spencer's Halcyon 250. This is number 10-2.
Oh, we got another frame match. So let's just go ahead and say it's probably vintage red.
I'm gonna take another wild guess and say it's vintage red.
So we're gonna see. Basically, this is fun. We get to see. It's the same bike in some sense.
Gold.
In terms of the color and pinstripe, but a 250 version this time.
Oh,
and skirted fenders. But this one does not have the alternating gold. And now we get a good look at the 10th anniversary logo for the Halcyon, which has Halcyone weeping and turning into a kingfisher.
Wow.
Each of the shields is a different shape too.
I've been enjoying seeing
the Halcyon's shield is the same as the Route 66 sign.
Coincidence?
Highway sign.
Oh, hold on. One sec. We got to go back. Tie downs. Great addition.
You really like this, don't you?
I just think they're so nice.
Look at that pinstripe. Beautiful.
As a previous service technician at Janus Motorcycles, I always appreciated loading up customers' bikes that had the tie downs. There's that logo again, that Halcyon logo on the bike. Gosh, it's sharp. Got the oxblood seat too.
Yeah, oxblood with red. Look at that,
man.
Set tool bag. Very nice. And wheel pinstripe.
That looks super good.
And polished exhaust, but without fishtail. Well done, Spencer.
Yeah, those are all some great bikes. Some great motorcycles coming out. That's why they're the featured builds. You know, they're the staff favorites.
All the logo art is beautiful. Are those Richard Worsham originals? I wish I could claim all the credit. The Griffin shield logo is Grant. and he really just did a phenomenal job on it. The Phoenix and Halcyon logos, the idea was mine, but my lovely wife finished the design.
You gotta take a little bit of it, just a little bit of
I
it.
came up with the idea, the rough idea, but when it comes to actual execution, I'll leave it to the experts.
That's fair. That's fair. Janus McGuire says, "I've got special straps, no tie downs." It's okay. It's okay. We forgive you, Janus McGuire.
Well, should we shift on to a thing?
Let's see. Since everything is connected today, what your connected thing is.
So we've done fabric, textiles, we've done metal, we've done all kinds of stuff. But we haven't done.
This is the first.
Well, we actually have done crockery. We did the Roman.
I don't count that. That was broken.
This is a plate. But I thought it was really good because it is the Little Prince.
Which where's your copy of the book?
Right here. The book. This is his planet, where he comes from. And the Petit Prince is the. But he comes from a little planet, asteroid B. 216.
I've not read the book, so don't.
But anyway, this is a plate that I spotted, and this is just kind of wonderful because it ties together in a store in Rome.
Nice.
And so it's in Italian. It's not in French or in English. Like the book was really originally written in French.
Okay.
But I'll attempt to read this. Quando si ha finito oli lavarsi al mattino, bisogna fare con cura la pulizia del pianeta, which roughly translates to when you have finished washing up in the morning, it's important to make beautiful the planet. So anyway, it's the Little Prince on there. I bought this for my wife for a Christmas present. 15 years ago.
Wow.
Something like that. But I had to get it in my baggage home from Rome, and I was afraid. I was like, the whole time I'm like, don't get broken.
It's terrifying.
But this is hung on our wall in our house for a long time. And so, obviously, the Little Prince is a feature,
a fan favorite. It's asteroid B612. Says Jordan
B612. There we go.
Marty Drew.
Nice.
B612.
I knew I had some people in there that knew what I was talking about.
We're getting some tie down hate in the chat here.
Well, that's okay. It's they're the ones that are going to suffer.
I mean, I guess that is fair. I'm just taking.
You don't want a tie down. You don't have to.
I'm taking it a little personally. You know.
Honestly, we did not come up with the idea. Customers came up with the idea. I was
supposed to say, where did that come from?
One customer, I wish I'd remembered his name, came up with the, do you want any more?
Just a little bit.
This is going to be done.
We said maybe one more. Nope, this is it. Thank you.
A customer came up with the idea, and then we stole the idea, which is a lot of the upgrades we come up with are customer ideas. So, yeah.
That's I think that's a feature, not a bug, for sure, of Janus taking customer recommendations actually to heart, be like, okay, it's like, how can we improve?
Absolutely.
What's going on?
Yeah. So if you want us to tie downs, you can have them. If you don't want them, then
you know what we should do, Richard.
You have many options here at Janus Motorcycle.
At the end of this stream, should we give away some tie downs?
Sure.
Okay. We're gonna give away some tie downs at the end of this here. Just as a
Jason can't have any though.
Yeah. Jason and Janus McGrider can't have any. They're not allowed to enter. But just as an apology for the technical difficulties, we'll give away some tie downs. But I think we're ready for some news, and there's only a few things.
Oh yeah, we have some. Yeah, it's good stuff though. We kind of skipped it.
We skipped it last week because it just went by so fast. First thing, WeFunder.
WeFunder is progressing well. We're excited. We keep putting up updates. We are just shy of 400,000, and we are right now. Our focus is getting to outside of the Janus family, spreading the word to more people on the WeFunder on the WeFunder platform and beyond. So, I guess the only request we have is if even if you're not interested in, if you have invested already, or even if you're not, get on there and give us a follow.
Yeah.
And check out the updates. We do good updates, and that we're trying to do is just the more followers we get on the platform, the more it helps us.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's the first link in the description anywhere you're watching, whether it's on YouTube, Facebook, or Twitch, or LinkedIn, excuse me. You guys can follow that first link and just give us a follow. I think that goes a lot further than what you all would think. Just so we can reach more people outside of the Janus community. Second thing is we're excited to go to, this is not necessarily like a come with us thing, but we're going to winter moto camp.
That's right. That will be in less than 2 weeks now. Mm-hmm. We're going to go up to Michigan, and we're going to go camping and ripping around in the snow, and we're going to be getting a ton of video and photographs to share with all of you all.
With a special...
Go ahead. Tell
a special little twist.
Jansen's really excited about.
I'm so excited about this. Is near and dear to my heart. We're having some fun with some Rivians. We're partnering with Rivian, a Rivian dealership out of Chicago, who reached out to us, a few months ago now, and we're doing some fun activation with them there. And so
we're going to be ripping around in some electric pickup trucks.
Thank God.
Trucks.
Thank God we're going to be ripping around some electric things, you know?
So we'll be comparing carbureted two-wheeled machines with electric four-wheeled machines.
They directly correlate. So there's lots of things that can get lost in translation between the two. No, it's going to be really fun to see how they work together, I think. And I'm excited to compare my Lightning to Rivian.
And it'll be exciting to get Rivian owners to learn more about Janus.
Yeah.
And Janus owners to learn a little bit more about these cool trucks.
Absolutely.
It'll be fun.
But that's pretty much all that's coming up.
That's one more thing.
One more thing. Oh gosh, how could I forget?
One more thing we can't forget is we're putting on a motorcycle show, custom motorcycle show. We're going to be partnering with the good people at Journeyman Distillery in Valparaiso, Indiana. And we highly encourage all of you all, whether you're in Indiana or not, to take your lovely significant other on a date. Because it's Valentine's Day.
Danny and I will be there.
Valentine's Day 2026. There's a vintage motorcycle. Well, it's a motorcycle show. It's a custom bike show, and at the Valparaiso Journeyman Distillery. It's called Ride or Die. We are doing all the motorcycle part, and they're doing all the hosting and putting on the event part. So we're really excited about it. We have quite a number of custom builders already signed up. If you have customized your motorcycle, whether it's a Janus or not,
I have a link. Keep going.
You should consider applying to put your bike in the show.
Absolutely.
And Jansen's going to post a link.
I'm going to post this link.
Or you can go to the Journeyman Distillery website, and they have a link for this as well.
Yeah.
But I'm really excited. They did some great work with the art. Ride or Die.
Yeah, it looks super sharp. I saw Gary asked, is Ride or Die something that's going to be... I think Amy already answered it, but I want to bring attention to it as well. Is Ride or Die going to be in their big warehouse or something outside?
And Amy did answer that. It's in the American Factory. They have an incredible venue. So even if your spouse is not into motorcycles, they can be into good food and
good drinks.
Good drinks and a good time. So it's going to be everything.
I think there's going to be live music there as well.
It's going to be fun. And we hope if it's a success, because you all come out and see it, that we're going to be doing it again next year.
And we would love for it to be a part of the circuit.
Yep.
The custom bike circuit.
Indiana, the winter upper Midwest motorcycle circuit has some great shows.
Yeah.
Mama Tried, Garage Brewed, among others. And we feel like this is a great venue. It's close to Chicago, kind of Indianapolis. We can all get there, even Detroit. So consider coming out to it. Yeah. It's going to be fun.
Yeah, super fun. So, all right. Now it's time.
Now
we've all been waiting for
the ramp.
And we'll go a few minutes over here due to previous events. But what I want to go back to this boat question, because I know people who, and my dad, if you're watching, I made sure that I sent him the link tonight. My dad's a sailor through and through.
Good man.
He and I remember naming our boat, and I can't. Well, shoot, I don't know if I can even say this. So my dad bought a Chrysler. I can't remember what size it was. This is the first boat he ever had, or the first sailboat in my life that he had. And
my favorite name for a Chrysler sailboat. They made a model called the Mutineer.
The Mutineer is phenomenal.
Not a great name in my opinion.
He bought it and then refinished it. So he had naming rights, I think. But I can't remember if he named it before or after he refinished it. So my question again is still, if you have no history with a boat in particular, why is it bad luck to not name it before you voyage?
And I'm not sure what the actual answer to that question is.
I'm just curious your thoughts. I
mean, yeah, I don't know why. It's bad luck. I just know that it is a kind of accepted idea that you need to name the boat, and you do get bad luck if you don't.
When big boats are made,
yeah,
do the builders name the boat, or does the captain name the boat?
I think probably the owners name the boat, or whoever has the final say. But that christening ceremony is always, you've seen the videos or you've heard of the stories where they break a bottle on the bow of the boat. And oftentimes they, the thing is, the names have a significance. Typically they're named after something or because of something or for whatever reason.
A boat that was posted on Reddit. I don't know if you're familiar with Reddit.
Don't even get me started.
But they made a poll for naming rights for this boat. I don't remember all the details, and there were options, and whichever option got the most likes ended up being the boat's name. And Reddit voted, I think it was Bodie McBoat.
I remember hearing about that.
Was the name that was selected, and I'm not sure if it was followed through on, and I'm kind of sad about it.
Well, to talk a little bit about names, though, it's obviously important when you name something, whether it's your child, right? That's like the ones where you get to really seriously, or whether it's your dog, or your bicycle, or your motorcycle, or your boat. You think about it,
right?
You take some time to consider this thing, and that's because there's a meaning to it that's beyond, it's important, that's significant.
Yeah.
And we're talking about, like, what is this, why is that important? And we are, one of the topics that got us started on this whole conversation was, why do you need to name your motorcycle? And, because we got Old School in the chat, and he has really got a wonderful name for his bike, Althea.
It's very nice.
Old School. If you give us the full history.
Yeah, we gotta know
on why you named Althea that. But there are many great names. Whether it's a horse, like we talked about last time, whether it's but I think what it gets to the fact of is that this thing has a personality, and it is an entity. I remember my first car was a Volkswagen Bug, 1972, Super Beetle. And I drove long distances in that thing, probably that you shouldn't have. And I would, you get to a certain point and you're really worried or whatever. And you kind of pat it on the, I wasn't even being cutesy. I would be like, okay, come on. Okay, we got this.
You can do it.
Come on. And you're talking to it because this thing has a character,
right?
And that is what we're trying to do. I don't mean to just bring this back to Janus, but it helps to illustrate the point. Trying to create vehicles, or you can just say things that have character.
I was literally thinking character.
Yeah, that they matter.
Right.
And the reason, one of many reasons that I like that section that I read that section from The Little Prince is that a Volkswagen Bug is a mass-produced vehicle. Let's just be frank, right?
Right.
But they still manage to have character, and they still manage to be something that you would consider naming. And that is because they allow us to single them out from many, right? They bear friendship.
Yeah. There's a differentiation too amongst others, right? Like if I've never owned a Beetle, I would imagine that it's very rare when two act the same.
Yeah, there are differences.
Right.
The way that the transmission works or whatever.
Right.
But they're pretty much the same.
It's the quirks I feel like that help set apart.
Yeah.
And I don't want people to see this as like an excuse for like, oh, the motorcycles Janus makes are quirky, and it's because we don't pay attention to the
quality control.
Yeah, we don't have quality control. Like no, like I think just inherently vehicles that don't act differently amongst one another, they've efficiented. What is the word I'm looking for? Like they've been so efficient with production that they've completely sucked the life out of the vehicles that they make. Like my Ford Lightning will act like another Lightning.
Would you say that it doesn't have much character?
It has. I mean, the character is, whoa, I'm going fast, right? And I think my opinion on this is changing. I still love the truck, easy. But I understand its place in my life. It's a vehicle to get me from point A to point B.
Right.
I still desire something that I have to pat the dash.
Right.
Right. And I think that over time, I don't know, we've lost the life in vehicles. So
well, I mean, I think the argument, like even in here, is that we've lost that in not just vehicles, but in everything.
I don't know about everything. I think there's a pendulum swing happening, and I feel like I've talked about pendulum swings a lot lately, or at least in previous episodes, especially with the age of AI. There's going to be this resurgence toward human and the ability to pilot a craft is very human.
Yeah.
So
I agree with you. I think that we desire a kind of connection with these things that extends beyond just like it being an appliance,
right?
Like we talked about,
right?
The fact that it's an appliance that gets you from one place to another, it might as well be. That's what what I say in the Rambler's Companion is, in some ways, a Tesla. Set aside the fact that they're really fast. They don't feel as fast as a muscle car, right? They don't stir your soul like a muscle car.
It's different. It's a different tingle in different areas. I
don't even know if anyone can argue that when you accelerate from 0 to 60 in whatever, what does a Tesla do?
It's like
insane.
Stupid. It's like 2.
It's insane.
The fastest ones are like almost 1.9 seconds.
Right. It's faster than any Ferrari until like maybe a Formula One car.
Yeah.
But if you get in a muscle car and you're doing like 0 to 60 in like 4, 5, 6 seconds, man, does it feel fast. And you get
right, because you're like fighting the tail end from kicking out and you're
rumbling maybe you're a little bit worried that something's going to break.
Right.
And it has a bunch of character. So like, yes, there's that aspect of it. The other aspect I think is that we're not making things that last long enough for us to build a connection with them.
That's interesting too.
I mean, things are designed to be disposable, and maybe that Volkswagen when it was brand new was, just another Volkswagen. But over time, I was probably the 10th owner of it, and it was my first car, and I was, however old, and it was just like, and I owned the thing for like, I don't know, I forget how many years before I even had a license. I bought this car.
That's crazy.
And then I was like, finally going to be able to drive it. And it was exciting. And then it caught on fire, and I rebuilt it. And, there's something about that. I don't know.
That'll be a story for another episode. It caught fire, and you rebuilt it. We'll have to lock that one. Yeah, ready to talk about later.
But then there's the idea that we really need to allow more time for these rambles.
We've got 10 more minutes
of naming something, in that idea of power.
Yeah.
And so where do you go with that?
Naming something with the idea of power?
No, like the connection between what having power, and naming things. Because you could maybe consider that to be there's some negative connotations.
We talked about like referrals or suggestions a handful of episodes ago, and I think that's what resonates true here for me anyway. When I think about naming something or knowing someone's name, and not just like this is an acquaintance of mine, like this is a friend of mine. My referrals and my opinions start to hold weight, and it becomes more than just words, kind of out into the ether. So as far as like a human to human naming or friendship, I guess that's where the power lies. But I also think the power lies between like a motorcycle and a rider. Okay, when I shift here into third gear, there's going to be a weird clunk, but it's okay. Like there's a relationship there, and there's a knowledge of the machine. And there's a weird part of me that thinks the machine knows me too. Mm-hmm. And the seat is worn in a way that when I sit down on this thing, it knows who I am. It's conformed to me.
Yeah.
So that's what I think of when I think of like knowing or bestowing a name has power. Mm-hmm. It's because I've spent time with this thing. I've learned this thing, and I've taken time to understand. I think there's a time allocation that's really important when it comes to like knowing things.
And I think that, I agree with you. I think that's true. There's also, we talked like there were some comments like the biblical implications, and if they're kind of, let's just not even say biblical, the mythical implications, which are, I think in many ways are the same, of naming, have to do with our definition of the world around us. And so when you put a name, when Linnaeus categorizes the animal kingdom or whatever, there is an aspect of definition. You're defining this thing as having some sort of relationship, right, between and what it is, and then you're also, to get back to our what we were saying earlier in the poem, you're taming it, right? And I just think that that's such an important, or such a beautiful way of thinking about naming a motorcycle, right? Because it could be any motorcycle.
Yeah,
it's any motorcycle. You buy a Harley Davidson, and it's just another Harley Davidson until it's your Harley Davidson, and you know it, or your Buell, or your Ducati, or your Honda, or your Janus, and then over time, like just like 68, like I talked to Tim, our service guy, in the last week, and I said, Tim, I was actually talking to Mark Zweig, and I was like, Mark, I'm gonna get Tim to rebuild 68. He needs some work. He goes, oh, you can just have my motor, because he's hopped up his motor. And I was like, Mark, I don't want to put your motor in it. I want my motor. I want to fix it, because it's got like this like whine in fifth gear, and I think one of the teeth I like chipped. So, but I want to like take it apart, see what's wrong with it. There's not a whole lot. It runs fine, but I'm like, I just want to like give it a little love, and then put it back together again. And you wouldn't feel that way unless you had a connection, and in some ways, it's like you tamed it. That's like there's a And the same thing was even with a friend,
Yeah.
right? When someone tells you their name, on some level today in the modern world, just, hey, it's Richard. You know, anybody can know my name.
Right.
But on another level, when you really get to know somebody, and there's another one could say that there is even a name beyond your name. When you really know someone's name, you really know the person. And to reveal your name is to demonstrate a level of vulnerability.
When my wife says my name, I can hear that version of my name a lot louder than anyone else.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's interesting that you can hear knowing something. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
You can hear knowing someone. There's an audible difference
When they actually know your name.
when they actually know your name. It's like a recognition. It's a respect. It's like, okay, like I've spent time with this. I've been vulnerable with this thing. This thing has been vulnerable with me, right? And I know there's a bridge there. It's very, very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And I wonder if there's been a negative connotation with taming.
Oh, absolutely. I think that we see it right here. Charles McGagan says naming was originally based on fear and superstition. Most boats were originally named to honor a god seen to be able to provide protection. Greeks and Romans thought the gods would offer protection. So this is a view of history that relegates myth to a sort of primordial ignorance.
Yeah.
And fear.
Is it ignorance as much as
No,
it
I'm
is
not saying
just
it
like-
was. I'm saying that's what Charles is saying.
No,
it is.
right. No, I'm defending the Greeks here. Was it ignorance as much as it was just an attempt to understand?
I think it.
Or can both be true at once? I'm not sure.
I think you have to ask what fear is.
Fair. Oh, here we go. Round bit. Eddie Z asks, "Are you guys having a personal conversation?" Eddie, I don't recognize your name.
No, but please chip in.
Yes and no. We need to do a better job at referring to chat. Sometimes we get lost in the ramble. Let's see. We got Christmas here. How you doing, Chris? Great Lakes Edmund Fitzgerald Porter. My dad loves that beer. Let's
50th anniversary of the Edmund Fitzgerald sinking.
That's a great song.
The Gales of November.
Gosh, it's so good. How many miles on 68?
Probably around 20,000.
We don't know though, right?
We don't know.
We don't know for sure.
It's too many. It's had too many speedometers on it.
What other comments we got here? We're talking about RZ350s.
Well,
I feel like there's a lot more to unpack here with Nick.
there's a lot more. I think we need to structure the conversation more and attack little bits.
It's hard when something
about
is so
And I think we need
so
to.
big.
Yeah, it's a very big topic, but I think that there's a lot of things, a lot of ways to approach it, and I believe that this is something that is very relevant to understanding things and to Janus motorcycles. So into rambling.
Yeah. The giveaway. We can't forget about the giveaway. We've got a giveaway, y'all.
You gonna do it?
I think we have to. I think we have to. Before we end, we are
quite running late.
We are over. The StreamYard. What should the keyword be, Richard?
The keyword for tie down.
Enter.
Tie down.
Should it just be tie down?
Yeah. One word.
One word. Tie down. In all caps.
TIEDOWN.
Tie down is the
We have 2 entries so far.
2 entries. Let me go ahead and share the screen here. Tie down. We're going to be giving away a set of tie downs. Timu is not the correct giveaway word. How do you want to wrap up our brief conversation on names and the power of naming?
I would say, to put this in the simplest terms, if you name, or if you feel compelled to name your motorcycle, let's just be very direct here. Mm-hmm. It does allow for an even closer connection with the vehicle. Yeah. Sometimes it's just easy. You can talk about it as opposed to your other bike by just using the name.
Right.
But I think that it often signifies maybe you get to know it a little better.
Can you name a vehicle after it's been out of your possession?
Sure. Why not?
I don't know why not. Or I feel like there are rules to this thing. Like,
why would there be rules?
It just feels like there is a necessity. Like there's I don't know. Like if you didn't name it while you owned it, then what? Do you have rights to the name anymore?
Probably not.
Probably not. So you shouldn't name it.
No.
Just a thought that came to mind. We've got 25 entries. Anybody else want to enter? Eddie is spamming it.
Most boats have names. Yes, they do.
Timu down. That's not the key word. We've got 50.
You don't need a Janus motorcycle to have tie downs, but they might not fit your bike.
They might not. Yeah, but this
probably won't.
This will be everything you need to add tie downs to your Janus.
That's true. All you got to do, if you have a Janus now and it doesn't have tie downs, we will send these with the hardware.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Make a note of that, Jansen.
With the hardware, I'm making a note to myself currently.
Great.
Tie croc is croc tie. These are not the correct. Okay, I'm just gonna do it. Okay, you've got 3, 2, 1.
26 entries isn't bad.
That's not bad. Oh Lord.
Well, he's got enough bikes to put one on.
Yeah,
so.
Hopefully,
Charles, you probably already have tie downs.
Charles, if you have tie downs, you have to tell us right now.
No, he doesn't. He can have an extra, like a set of spares.
All right, Charles, if you're in the chat, please let us know. You've been in this stream a lot. You know the drill. If you want to go ahead and send your address to...
We've already got his address, but...
rambling@janusmotorcycles.com. You can go ahead and do that. If you guys have any questions or any suggestions about
criticisms,
stream, not criticisms, we won't take those. You can also send those to rambling@janusmotorcycles.com.
They call them eye hooks at the hardware store.
Don't be silly.
You can't buy these at the hardware store.
Don't be silly. These are Janus.
These are handmade by local blacksmiths. No, just kidding.
They're not. They're not. All right. Thank you all so much for tuning in. We'll see you next week for episode number 114.
Bye-bye. That wraps up this episode of the Ramble Stream podcast. Thanks for listening. If you enjoyed the show, subscribe wherever you listen, share it with a fellow Rambler, and please consider leaving a rating. And join us live every Monday at 7 p.m. on YouTube for our weekly Ramble Stream. You can also find us at ramblestreampod.com and on social @RambleStream.
We'll be back next week with more conversations, more stories, and of course, more rambling.
And remember, many of those who ramble may very well be lost, but that's probably the point.